Hello everyone, and welcome to another lesson in ear training. Today we're going to talk about chords. Now, there are four basic types of chords that you really should start working on right now. Work at them with your instrument or piano and kind of go, okay, this is what this sounds like, this is what this sounds like, and then you can use musictheory.net. It has an exercise for this. It's very useful. I recently started going over a lot of ear training stuff for myself, and I'm using it right now. It'll be right here, and there'll be a thing down there in the description. Cool, the future, we live in it. It's great. Anyway, the four types of chords you need to know are major, minor, diminished, and augmented. Now, major is a major third with a minor third on top of it, so C, E, G. Minor is a minor third with a major third on top of it, C, E flat, G. Diminished, which is two minor thirds, C, E flat, G flat, or F sharp, depending on your perspective. And then the augmented chord, which is two major thirds, C, E, G sharp. Now, you want to start off by going over these in one of two ways. First of all, you're just going to be doing them in root position. So that just means root, third, fifth. Now the two ways are either as a block chord or as an arpeggio. Now if it's a block chord, that means you take all the notes and boop, play them at the same time. You press all of them down at once, it's a chord. The other way is to play them as an arpeggio. So, instead of going C, E, G, you'll go C, E, G. So, maybe you won't kind of jab it like you're a grandfather typing. But anyway, so that's what you want to start off with, is block chords and arpeggios, closed position so you go the nearest possible thing. Then what you want to do is you want to go through the inversions. Now the inversions are just you take the chord and then you play all the notes, but you have a different note at the base. So if you go to first inversion, you play E, G, C. And then you go to second inversion, which would be G, C, E. And yeah, that's just it. So first, you're just going from the bottom, C, E, G, then E, G, C, and then finally G, C, E. And do it with major chords, do it with minor chords, augmented, diminished. Don't just stick to C chords. And what you should try and do is, first you might just say, okay, this is my root note, and just practice it in that position for that day. And then you have or not necessarily that position, but on that root note, like C. Then maybe the next day you do a different one, just so that you don't just associate with this specific range on the piano or on your instrument. Then, so now you're doing E chords. Then what you might want to start doing is just go, okay, here's a major chord. Here's a minor chord in a different place. And here's a major chord in root position. Here's a minor chord in first inversion, and then an augmented chord. And you can't really invert the augmented chord. You can invert a triadic diminished chord, but just because you will see a difference between E flat, F sharp, C versus C, E flat, F sharp, but it's still a little bit loose there. But yeah, so that's really it. Just start sitting down and trying to hear what these four different chords sound like. Eventually you'll move on to chords with 4 notes in them and chords with 5 notes in them, and you'll be spreading them out and doing all these weird things. But for now, that's all you got to do, is just those 4 triads. Anyway, hope you're having a great week, and I hope you come back to the channel soon. Alright, bye-bye.